below. Got a cash out. Tell him wipe a nigga no. Say slap slap. I won't ever sell my soul. No, you're not gonna.
I don't.
Number one song in the country right now.
Who sings it?
Huh? What's his name? Roddy Ricch.
What? Is he have like
Sure
beef with a lot of people? Because I feel like in a lot of songs people be throwing shade at him.
I have no idea. But tell him wipe that nigga no. Say slap slap.
That shit sound whack. I ain't gonna hold you.
I will never. It's actually like really catchy.
You like all them catchy songs? Like catchy.
White people are like really upset about it. Actually. so Justin Bieber has a song out called Juicy or Yummy. It's something edible, right? Or along the lines of like food. Yeah. So he had it out, and he was telling his fans that he wanted to have another number one since Sir Rich is currently number one in Billboard. Sir Rich is currently number one on the Billboard charts right now. So some of his instructions included buying the album multiple times and streaming the song multiple times, buying the song multiple times. I didn't even know you can buy a song more than once, like off of iTunes. First of all, how rich does Justin Bieber think I am?
To be out here wasting our money like that. Buy one. What is it?
First of all, sir, I have Apple Music. Y'all get one payment, and all y'all got to share that one payment. So I don't know why that was happening, but he was like, you can tell, obviously very, very bothered that he did not have the number one, and was sending out instructions to his fans on how to help him get to number one. Not only did he do this, and then Roddy Ricch, he ended up tweeting out to his fans, and he was like, yeah, y'all stream Justin Bieber Yummy or whatever the fuck, to be hella petty. And I love petty pats over here, so I was here for it. And then I believe Selena Gomez also has just put out a song, and she was telling her fans that she would like a number one song, and so that they could stream it and they could buy it so that she could be number one.
I can't fucking stand people, bro. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
it's just
got you in your feels a little.
Participation trophy. Like, people don't earn shit anymore. It's like, come make me feel good about myself. No, how about you make a good fucking song? Like, or appreciate your art for what it is, and like, if it's not number one, it's not number one. Like, be your own number one.
I mean, yeah, I think this is like his first Roddy Ricch. I don't know. This is the first time I'm like hearing about him or like paying attention. So I don't know if this is like his first album or his first like whatever, but I do know it's his first number one. Yeah. So he's been celebrating the fact that he looks fairly young. I don't know how old he is, but he looks fairly young. So this would be his first number one. So a lot of people have been championing him and very happy about it. However, some LA whites are not enjoying their time. Not. Honestly, shout out to Justin Bieber and all that. Actually, no. Did he say nigger once? Anyway. He like harmonized and sung it and shit when he was younger. However, like, if you really want a number one, like you said, just sing a better song. That song Yummy is not that great.
It's just white people, they just can't not be. They can't. It's not even feel like white people get mad when they can't have something. It's just they get mad when black people have something and they don't have it. Like, maybe
they say, listen, we gave y'all niggas Old Town Road for 68 weeks straight. Facts. Y'all not y'all not coming for 2020. This is our year. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I feel you.
I don't.
Whatever. Anywho, you got a good topic for us today. Oh, we didn't even introduce ourselves.
Yeah, hi, y'all. This is the last two episodes.
I know. This is the Why Night Podcast, and my name is Nia.Biaa.
Mikey rocks. 3X is because I'm nasty.
Because he's nasty. That in too many different ways. So we are back with another amazing episode for y'all whiners. Can't you hear how excited?
Yeah.
I will not explain my like record
today. We're gonna get in, get to the smoke, get out. And I
don't say it like that. Act like you want to be here.
No. What I'm saying is we about to get right to it. But
all right.
Yeah. So Nia was like, like, what should we talk about this week? And I said, is it lying if I meant it when I said it? And she said, I'm here to argue. So,
I'm always here for the who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? That's how I should have started it out. Who wants to smoke?
So this.
Why did you think that? Like, where did that
I was
come
about to
from?
get to that,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Queen. But
King.
so,
Okay, what the fuck?
so it came from two of my female friends this week that
Woman.
women. That doesn't sound right. Okay. All right, cool.
Two of my friends
Get off,
who
Queen.
happen to be women.
Get out, Queen. But
You could have said two queens this week,
okay.
you know?
Okay. So there's one person, she made a post, if you're listening, and this is about you. Shout out to you for this post inspiring this episode. It said I think it was basically along the lines of, if she's minding her business, she's doing well, leave her alone. Because if you're not, if you don't, you're being selfish. Something along those lines, right? And I said, like, I think you're expecting too much. And they're like, why? And I said, because you're expecting people to think outside of themselves. And they were like, no, it's just like, if you see someone's like if you don't really like that person, why say something, you know what I mean, that you don't really mean? And I said, keep it funky with you. You've heard me say this before. I was like, men, what?
Keep going, I'm listening.
Yeah, I bet you are.
You don't see the amazing smile on my face?
With that being said, I've said it 1,000 times. Men feel what they feel when they feel it. After that, it could go anywhere. So at 8:10 on January 20th, I can truly feel that I love you.
I hate all
I can go and I can go. Not even go to bed. It could be 1 a.m. and I get a "you up" text from someone else. Like, damn, this is an offer. This is a good business deal. And it's like, shit could change. So it's like,
so immediately once that stuff changes, though, that's when you become a liar if you don't say anything. Quite literally in that moment. If you get that "you up" and that "you up" text is so enticing that you dead ass might get up, go over there, or have somebody come see you, that is the moment you become the liar.
You're not a liar when you don't. You have to. Lying isn't something that you have to actively do to someone. Me not telling you is not lying.
Yes, it is.
I just had a feeling.
If your feelings change, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Lying, the act
your
of lying.
Feelings change, therefore you are a liar now.
The definition of lying.
Oh my god, you can look it up all you want. As soon as you don't say nothing, you are a liar.
That's not true. Because put it this way, like, if you, it's like, why are you? Never mind. Y'all don't want to know what she was doing, but like, if let's say you ask me, like, on a very much smaller scale. You ask me, yo, you going to the store today? I'm saying, yeah, I'm going at 8, right? I end up not going. I didn't lie. I just didn't go. Now, bringing it back to, like, the context of, like, relationships and stuff like that. If I tell you I love you at 8:10, and I get this other message later on, right? It doesn't say I don't love you anymore. My attention was somewhere else. Now, if I said,
okay, so then you're a liar. You're a liar if you're shut up. You're a liar if you're sitting there and you're like, I love you, babe. It's just me and you. Okay. And then somebody hits like that you up. First of all, why are they even hitting you up like that? Why do they even feel comfortable doing that? So obviously you haven't been engaged in behavior that is unacceptable for this relationship in the first place.
Come back from the past.
That's number. Who came back from the past?
Sometimes people just come back from the past.
No, they should have stayed in the past. Why do they feel why do they feel so comfortable? Why have you made them feel so comfortable? No, see, the topic today should be why do men do like what? Excuse me?
I can't control who checks my phone.
Listen, the topic of the day should be why is it that men always? Why are you looking like that? I didn't get to finish yet. Always want to sit there, make other people feel very comfortable disrespecting their relationship, and then sit there and be like, oh, I didn't know that I couldn't text her those things at 2 a.m. What is the problem, love? I didn't lie. So the question is, why are y'all liars? Why are
y'all lying?
It is. It sounds like a lie to me.
Look, if I tell you I love you,
does it equal out to what you told me before?
Just because, like, I can love you.
That sounds like a lot.
I can love you and also be like, damn, somebody just hit me. Somebody look good, hit me up, and I'm like, damn, that shit's enticing. I can love you both. It can be both.
Okay, and then you should communicate that, and if you don't, you're now
What
being
does
a
me
liar.
saying I love you have to do with me saying that, like, I'm only exclusive to you?
Because there's more that's going on in there. Like, it's obviously not just I love you. You can say that and keep it pushing about anybody. What the problem is most of y'all will sit there, I love you. I love you. I love you. I only want to be with you. Oh my God, we're gonna get married. We're gonna have kids. Filling shorty's head with like a bunch of different shit, and then turn around, get that inappropriate 2 a.m. text because she wasn't even supposed to be texting you at no 2 a.m. anyway.
I
Talking about,
can't
are you
control who's
up?
texting me.
And then you sat there and was like, ooh, this shit really do sound enticing. And then what happens is you continue to have inappropriate conversations over and over and over again until you're like, damn, I'm about to do something really stupid. And you shouldn't have just been a liar and just told her from jump that that's what was happening as soon as you got that stuff. The next day, you should be like, you know what, babe? I got something to tell you. Boom. There you go. I've solved all y'all issues.
Look. Don't cut me off.
Go ahead and lie. Because I'm waiting for you to lie.
I'm a black man. I don't lie. I told you. I tell half truths. I don't lie.
She sucked that nigga so.
Look, with the shit that we're talking about right now, right?
Focus.
No, I'm trying to figure out a way to say it that's not what I've said already, because clearly that's not penetrating. I think we're using a bad. I think we're using a we're using a bad example, right? Because you're right. Like, if I tell you I'm gonna be faithful to you, right, and then boom, later on I'm not. That's one thing. What I'm saying though is, like, if I tell you I love you, right, and then the next day I'm attracted to this other person. Those are two completely different categories of things. My love has nothing to do with exclusivity to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
it's also about that pretense. So, like, what is it that got you to the point that you were saying I love you, or what is it that got you to that point in your relationship? Has it been under the pretense of exclusivity? Because if it has been, then yeah, you are now a liar if you start engaging in things that you shouldn't be engaging into. Because that's what you said you wouldn't do, or that's how you've been like conducting yourself all the way up into this point. So that's not fair to be like, yeah, me saying I love you and me being attracted to somebody else doesn't like coincide, or like they're not the same thing. That's very true. But it's your behavior after that. What is your behavior telling you before, after, during, whatever the case may be, tells you exactly like where you're at in that relationship. And I think that if that shifts, if that changes, you need to be honest and say so. And when you don't, you're a liar.
Okay. Now let's
out here wasting her time because she was just trying to mind her business, be great, and here you go, want to be a scrub.
Let's look at the scenario, right?
Scrub is right, can't get no
young
love
man
from me, nigga.
Deshaun, right? Goes up to young lady.
Let's call him Jamal.
Jamal, that makes me feel good. goes into Jamal, right? Goes to random girl, right? They've been talking for a while, right? Yada yada yada. Then he tells her, "I love you," right?
He lying.
He tells her, "I love her," right? Then the next day, right? He's like, "Damn, like it's just like, damn, like I don't know, like I'm feeling such and such, like I don't know if I really want to be exclusive to you," things like that, right? It might never be the next day, it might be a week later, right? Why are human beings not allowed to change their mind? Because if he comes up and tells you, because that's the thing, it's like, it's not even just about him not telling you. If he doesn't tell you, I'll give you that. But it's like, even when men do go and tell them, it's like, oh, look at this nigga backing out, he's changing his mind, he's doing this, he's doing that, and it's like, yo, like, and this, I think that's what sometimes contributes to men not wanting to even express themselves.
How many times have men actually been like communicative and honest in a way that matters when it comes to things like that? Because I can tell you, I've had people come at me like in codes the first time. I've had people come to me with broken sentences or thought processes and patterns, and I'm supposed to like figure that shit out like a jigsaw puzzle I've never had a man come up to me and be able to officially like communicate some shit like that in a way that honestly outlies the way he feels until after all the bullshit has happened. Well, it seems like after all the bullshit happens, niggas they're a thesaurus at that point. They know how to speak their whole mind and give you all the details that you needed. Beforehand, I don't think I've ever experienced that.
But that goes to my point that men are it's like it's a fear, because like if I come and I tell you this thing, then it's like, but you said that before, and it's like, damn, like I'm already like afraid to even tell you, because it's like I'm gonna get attacked. You know what I'm saying?
But that's a whole different like conversation, though.
What do you mean? Like, what's a different conversation?
Like men feeling like they're being attacked for saying something versus is he a liar if he engages in some stupid shit after he said something before, or he changes his mind in a certain way.
So that's what I'm saying. But that goes back to what I was saying before. Is it lying if you meant it when you said it?
It's lying when you no longer mean it.
Now if I tell you
in that capacity,
I go and tell you, did I lie?
Mm-hmm.
Did I lie?
No.
You see what I mean?
But a lot of people don't take that route. They don't. A lot of people wait until all the stupid shit happens.
Well, we are talking.
Okay, but you're asking something that is not very, like, you're asking a very black and white thing when it's never black and white. That operates in a gray, like, and you know it does. That's why you trying to, like, when you look argument by being like, is it is it not? No. Okay.
No, but
ain't nobody doing that shit in real life, because people are they're more complicated than that. Like,
so if we recognize
the way they feel, the way the other person feels, everything.
Then why is there such an expectation of black and white from men?
What do you mean? How?
Because we're expecting black and white. What I'm saying is that, like, we're expecting them to be consistent. That's what the issue is here, right? There's a need for consistency. If you said this to me yesterday, I need you to feel this way tomorrow, the next week, and the next month, and for however long as we're together, right? That's expecting too much black and white.
Okay. Boom. I got it. You know what it is? Because I think I think when you think about, if you think of things in terms of gender rule, like gender whatever, right?
Right.
Like I guess you could say traditional sense of whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean.
Mm-hmm.
Women are more communicative. They are more expressive about how they're feeling and when they're feeling it, and men are not. So for women, I think sometimes it feels like when a man, quote unquote, changes his mind, he may have been going through this process for a while and feeling this way, and then he's saying it. But because the gap in between is so big, it doesn't make any sense, right? Like, I know for me, like, if you take a long amount of time, say there's like 3, 4, or 5 months in between, you're telling me one thing, everything is straight, everything is good, and then you turn around and you're like, hey, okay, I don't feel like that anymore, and here's why. I'm gonna be like, where's this coming from, and why is it coming out of left field? Because if a woman's feeling some type of way, 9 times out of 10 she's feeling some type of way, or at least try to explain and communicate. I think men wait until they've already like made up their mind in a certain sense, or like whatever, some shit has already happened, whatever the case may be, and then they speak, which is why there's such a disparity between the two groups, because it's like yesterday you're like, oh, I love you, and today you're like, okay, yeah, I love you, but I also want to do A, B, and C. Those two messages do not, like, they don't go together. And I think that's because men aren't expressing the way they should be expressing throughout that process, if that makes sense. Like, the first time she hears it probably should be after you've made up your mind about all of the shit you've either done or want to do, or whatever the case may be. If that's like truly a partner, that should not be the first time that they're hearing something like that.
But that's the thing. Like, for us, it's like there's a need for consistency from us. So I'm not going to tell you my first thought exactly when I think it, because then I'm going to say, yo, what if this changes? I haven't sat on it enough. I don't want to just say this today and then tomorrow or next 2 days I feel differently, and I change my mind 3-4 times in 1 week, and you're looking at me like, oh, this is flippy floppy nigga that's always just changing his mind. He don't know what he wants and shit like that. So it's like, for us, it's like, yo, I need to sit down and really think about this shit, and I really need to like have my shit together before I come and tell you, yo, this is what I want. Because that's what we always say. Don't waste her time, right? Don't come with your bullshit. don't come over here just saying this or that. You don't really mean it. So it's like, yo, I gotta know what the fuck I'm thinking before I come to you. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's weird that you feel that way, because I feel personally from my own experiences and like experiences from friends or associates and people alike, for women, the more you have like, or the longer you have a relationship with someone, the more inclined you are to sticking it out with somebody who's saying, you know what, I'm feeling A, B, and C, right?
Say that again, please. Say that
Versus,
again. The
I
more you,
said the longer they're together, right? The more of the relationship that is built with one another or not determines, but like, I guess you could say like
encourages them staying together.
encourages them being more like, you know, supportive and like whatever transitions, because like you said, people in general are ever changing. Nobody's ever gonna feel the same way they felt yesterday, the last second, the last 5 minutes, whatever the case may be. So if this is truly a relationship, not saying one that just started out, if this is one that's just started out, that's, I think, is a different topic. Speaking from like the perspective of being with somebody for a while and, you know, having a like some type of like time and like foundation in between y'all, if you're saying something, 9 times out of 10 that person is not gonna just pick up and dip out, unless you did something like really egregious, right? So it's funny that you feel that way, or that men feel that way in general, because I've heard a lot of times where that, you know, he's gonna leave school because, you know what, this is just not his thing. That's a huge shift. That's a big like thing. And I've not seen that person pick up and dip out. I've seen people say, you know what, this is not the job, the career he wanted to get. And, you know, them sit there and go through that. Oh, you know what, this is not like his passion in life, or, you know, he doesn't want kids anymore. He doesn't da da da. I've heard people like stick out through some really big shifts and transitions in people's life. And I think the biggest shock is that they've never heard this shit at all before that person came out and said, you know, this is what this big shift is. I think that's more of the shock versus what the actual shift is. And that person really should be communicating those things with their partner. It shouldn't be the first time, even if that means like, you know what, I don't have all the details figured out, but this is how I'm feeling. Let's talk about it. If that's truly your partner, they will take that time. They will listen. They might be frustrated, so that doesn't mean like it's void of emotion or void of like frustration or whatever the case may be. But that doesn't mean they're packing up their shit tomorrow and they're out. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I personally would hate people that does. Please do not do that to me, because I would be very upset.
Yeah, but I think, like, again, I still believe, and we're getting to the point we're about to wrap up. I still think that you're minimizing the fear of sharing your deepest secrets. So it's like you go to the person who's thinking about dropping out of school. Bro, that's scary. To just, because immediately, what happened? You know how most people are when you tell them, "Oh, I'm thinking about changing my major." Why would you ever do that? You said you wanted to be a doctor all your life. No, don't do that. And it's instead of just listening to you. So it's like, I'm afraid to tell you, like, yo, I love you, or I'm afraid to tell you, like, yo, like, I really think I want to be with you, because like you might latch onto this. You might latch onto this. You might like, oh, like this might be everything you ever wanted. So it's like, I don't want to bring it up to you until I'm certain that this is something I want to put out into the universe. I need to make sure I'm certain with it before I even tell you. So it's, again, like, you know what I mean? Like, we got all the joking out the way, but I really do think that I wish people would like acknowledge the pressure that men face when it comes to sharing their thoughts, because there's such an expectancy, I guess is the word, for us to, what we say is what we mean, because that's our thing, right? To be a man, you have to mean what you say and say what you mean. I look you in the eye, I said it, I meant it, that shit like that, right? So for us, it's like that word is born thing is for real. It's like, if I say it to you, I gotta mean it. And I've even felt that, like, in our relationship. I remember I used to say, like, I don't want to tell you shit. For sure. That's how I was raised. Like my parents, like my family, we very adamant about, like, don't say anything that you have to take back. And what that ended up creating in me was being this person who didn't share their feelings because remember I always used to judge people who are impulsive. But that was because I was taught if you have, just because you have a feeling or a thought does not mean you got to share that. You keep it inside until you know for sure that's what you feel. So I became suppressive with my thoughts and feelings.
I think that for people like you who feel that same way, that is, I guess you could say, a very traditional way of thinking coming through, like what it means to be a man, what it means to have those type of expectations on you. And I think that for a lot of us, is like women on top of that, we also have subscribed to that because that's what we've seen, right? I can tell you that me and my own father haven't had real deep, real connect conversations until I was older, because he felt like, you know what, you just don't need to know. I don't need to express to you, yada yada. But I wonder what my life would have been like if I would have had those expressive conversations with my dad, right? What would that have looked like if you would have had expressive conversations? Sometimes it's better to sit there and talk it out, because if that's somebody who's your partner, you would never go to your business partner, right, with an idea that you've concocted all by your lonesome, knowing damn well that they got 50% stakes in this company too. And then you're coming out and you're like, you know what, I'm switching this whole shit up. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. You're getting sued. Immediately, there's conflict. There's going to be a lot going on. And I think when you're talking about in the sense of relationships, you have to think about your partner, what their needs are, how do they communicate, how don't they communicate, because all of those things definitely play a role. I know for us, we had to realize what it was like to communicate with each other, honestly and truly, and what that actually meant moving forward. And I think a lot of people should do that too. Actually sit down, have conversations about how you're feeling and when things are changing. I'm angry about A, B, and C, and this is what's making me feel about this. This is why I want this to change. I need this to be different. I need this to stay the same. You have to have those conversations, and it can't be out of the blue. I think depending on what it is, maybe you should wait a little bit longer. Like, say you want to quit, your job. That's something that's going to definitely destroy your family. Y'all don't just quit your job and then come home and be like, I quit my job. Have that conversation. Make sure that you've thought all of the different things through. Or if your partner is one of those people who are like me, I would prefer you just be like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. I don't have everything mapped out yet, but let's talk it through. I'll go back, I'll think about it some more, we'll bring it up at a later date. That's something that works for your partner. That's something that y'all should do. But I don't necessarily think it's healthy for you to sit there, suppress, and then boom, it comes out, and now it's shaking a lot of things. Because I know I would personally look at you and be like, so you sat there for 11 days lying to me to my face?
It's not lying.
Y'all got me fucked up. It is lying.
But
it is. That's exactly what it is.
You really touched on something. I want to say this before we head out. Communication in a relationship is so key.
Oh no, that's gotta be a whole episode. I know. Don't do it to yourself.
I just really want to say, if you have taken anything from us, I know, you saw our most recent post, the motivational Monday was geared towards relationships and things like that. If you can take anything from what we tell you as a podcast group, a podcast duo, two people who are in a relationship, two people who are best friends, two people who work together so many different ways, communicate. And when we say communicate, you'd be really stop and think to yourself after you talk to your significant other. Go back, and sit and you think to yourself and be introspective. Did I share everything I was feeling? What were those things that you were like, I was gonna say that, but I don't want to hurt their feelings, or I'm afraid to share it? If there's anything that you're afraid to share with your significant other, you need to have that, or your partner, or your friend, or whatever the case may be. You need to have a conversation about maybe not that thing, but why is it that I don't feel comfortable telling you that? Because your significant other, if y'all have been together for, after a certain point, me and Nia have been together, it's about to be 3 years soon, right? At this point, we can honestly share anything with each other. We can't tell you what we've shared, but we can share just about anything with each other. But it's taken a very long time.
I can tell you I prayed a lot.
We can share just about anything with you, and it's the most freeing feeling. Don't get me wrong; it's scary as hell. You know what I mean? It's scary as hell to to get that out and just and share that thing. That's not probably. It's going to make them cry. It's gonna make them feel pain. It's gonna hurt them. But a true relationship can withstand that and it can hold it. So that's our advice to y'all. Is like, please communicate. Please share everything with each other. Please, you know what I mean, just talk everything out.
You out here giving too many gems.
Yeah, that's about to be another episode for sure.
That's definitely a whole different episode. Damn. Look at. Anyway, well, I hope that I've answered your question, or at least tried to. Men, don't be out here lying to people. Women, don't be out here lying to people. They, thems, don't be out here lying to people. I don't care what you identify as. Don't be a shitty person in general, okay? Thank you. I wish I could do that Cardi B shit like that. Oh, but I cannot roll my tongue. So it's never
my
gonna.
tongue ain't, no.
It don't hit different. I gotta find I guess I gotta find a different version for that. But just don't be a shitty person. That's the tagline for today. So thank you for coming and listening to us. Please share, like, subscribe with your friends, and shit, I don't even give a fuck if you don't like them. Share and subscribe with them niggas too.
And as we always say, please, like, give us topics. Comment under the post. DM us if you know us personally. Text us, call us, whatever the case may be. If you have an event that you would think one of us would like to be at, you know, Nia's out in Kansas. I'm out in I'm in Syracuse, but I'm only a few hours drive from New York City. So if you would like for one of us to be at your event, you know, just to show love, we love to go show love to people, supporting them.
I love dressing up for shit, y'all. I will fly out just to dress up for some shit.
So, well, I don't know who's flying you out, but all right.
I'm getting flued out. Don't worry about it.
So if you're getting flued out, does that mean that I can fly somebody out? Have a good night, everybody. Go.